Hello Taurus, I'm the humble soul and I'm here to do your mid-month. Before we get into your reading, I had pulled some oracle cards to kind of get a feel of your message for this month, well, mid-month. And these are the cards that came out. I made some notes so I don't have to read them like out of the book or whatever. But your oracle cards that came out for you guys says purification, fire, sacred heart, ask for help. The only thing that is real is love. Grumpy red fairy, 2 kittens, and shame, regret, and guilt. Those are just bullshit. Forgive, let that shit go. Okay, I'm going to have a list below of the cards that were pulled, the oracle cards. Basically, it seems like your theme is you're torn. You got to make a choice, be it career, be it to people, be it family versus your relationship, whatever the case may be, you got to make a choice, Taurus. And universe is asking you to let go of your fear and your pride. You have support. You have people that love and care about you. So don't be afraid to be yourself, but let go of the fear and the pride. Stop dwelling over past issues, which came up with your rebel deck. Let go of the past issues. Focus back on love. Focus back on your peace. What's gonna grow you. At this time, you seem to be reevaluating your morals and what you value. It's time for you to strengthen your spiritual connection. In your connection with earth, your connection with people, friends, family, just your surroundings. They're also saying your loving intentions are going to show. So don't focus so much on if it's going to be received. Just know that as long as your intentions are loving and they're good, people will see it, people will feel it. No more manipulative energies. The way that you're going to be able to get this answer as far as your decision, universe is telling me to tell you they've been sending you messages via either songs, dreams, but you've been getting messages, and I'm not sure if you've been able to receive them because they said, you know, you need to reconnect with your surroundings and things. So maybe universe has been sending you things and you haven't like really paid attention or been able to receive them because you've been kind of just in your own head or whatever, or in your own emotions. They're telling you to look inside your heart and really see what you value, really see what you desire. And that's another way your answer is going to come to you. Pay attention to signs, pay attention to, you know, if I know for me, sometimes the messages come through songs. That's why I keep saying music. Sometimes I'm writing and a song will come on and it makes me reflect back to something or someone and a happier time with that person, or sometimes it's not such a happy time, but sometimes you get your visions and dreams and things like that. However the case may be, they're saying that they are giving you messages, but you need to ground yourself, and so you can be able to see them and be able to, and they're helping you make the best decision. But at the end of the day, they want you to know you do have free will and you're going to do as you want to do. But the longer that you stay in this indecisive state, it's going to cause you more pain. You're going to have more anxiety. You're not going to be at peace. And I feel like right now you're looking for peace. It's also saying that, you know, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You may have been able to escape this, but you cannot have your cake and eat it too. There's a situation that you have thought that you closed the door completely on and you move forward. That's what created this situation where you have to make a decision. You thought you made a decision and close the door on a situation, but that situation seems to be hunting you because there's some things that you have not faced in that situation. There's not a cycle that you haven't closed that cycle. You walking away is not closing the cycle. You ignoring it is not closing the cycle. You need to face your fear, whatever the fear is, or face that person, if it's a work situation, I don't know what it is, but you need to face that situation and head on. And once you face that situation, you might find clarity, and you might look at the situation in a different way, which may cause you to be indecisive. Only you will know. This is general, so I'm just taking the messages as they're given. They are saying, you know, stay focused, stay open. If the cycle that I was just talking about that has yet to close, that you just ignored or walked away from, if that's resonating with you, you need to stay open-minded. Because if you're gonna go down to the comments or, oh, this ain't resonating with me because I'm done, you're not done. Because if you are done, it shouldn't take that much energy for you to solidify that you was done with something. If you are still going back to the place of I'm done and whatever, and you're still whatever, that's the emotion that's attached to it. So which means that you're not completely done. There's something left undone. You have not released it. You have not let it go. And the only way you can release and let it go is to face it. You got to be real with yourself. And you got to be real with who you are. Your desires, what you want, what you don't want. So it could possibly be the situation that you walked away from. Or this new situation that you walked into trying to... If you are the situation that I'm talking about, you had a situation, you walked away from it, and you're ignoring that situation. You ran into another situation, kind of head first. Well, not even head first, heart first. Because this situation seemed more peaceful and more grounded for you. But you still are having past feelings and emotions with the other situation that you thought you closed out. That you didn't. You really didn't. You just ran. But however it resonates, however it resonates with you, it is what it is. You can't start something new without closing the old. And I'm not saying go back to that person and start something with them. I don't know what is going on in your life. This is general. So, but universe is saying you're only causing yourself more pain by trying to ignore the situation and keeping yourself bound to this. I did pull a Black Moon tarot card. Well, it's astrology cards. Sorry. I did pull a Black Moon astrology card for you guys. You guys got the air element, communicating. You could be messing with an air sign. You could have walked away from the air sign, and that's why they're showing up. I don't know. But what I do know is the air element, air people are very logical people. They think first, then they feel. And that's what the universe is asking you to do. They're asking you to think first and then feel. Don't feel first and then think. Think long and hard. Not too long, because they're saying you're hurting yourself the longer you wait. But think long and hard over what it is that you desire in your life, what it is that you want, or what was it that you was running away from. And maybe it's time for you to go back and revisit that place so you can close it completely out, or, try again. I don't know. I don't know the situation as far as you guys. But I'm going to pull a couple of cards here to see what else they have for you. You have the Sun card. It came out reverse. You could be dealing with a Leo, or you could be closing. That could have been who you ran to, was a fire sign, but that's the Leo card. And you're finding that that situation isn't making you happy either. You're not finding the peace and the happiness that you ran from the possible air sign or the other person for this sign or this person. You're not finding the happiness and the peace, and it's not really stable because upright, the baby is on a horse, but there's nothing holding him. He's falling off the horse. The happiness is gone in this situation. And they're trying to tell you, you're not going to be able to completely move forward until you close out this last cycle, this past cycle. Or your happiness is in that past. I don't know. You'll know. I couldn't tell you. But it's either or. Either closing it out, or that's where your happy place is. Take it as it resonates. You also got... Oh, good Lord. The 8 of Wands. Very fast communication. Now, is this person from your past trying to communicate with you and you're just ignoring them? Or there's going to be some type of communication, either you to them or them to you. But it's some communicating that needs to happen, because your Black Moon card, you got communicating. So it's time for you to communicate. It's time for you to communicate to the past person, also to your present person or the present situation, and really go for what you want. Don't care what, because it's saying here, like, you got to learn how to be you. That's what this, where's she at? That's what she's talking about. Learning how to be yourself. Accept what you want. Forget what everybody else has to say. If the past person is who you really want, but there was so many issues with people accepting the love and the relationship that you had, forget them. If it's the present situation and you're nervous about people accepting it or whatever, forget them. You got to be authentically yourself. You got to be real with you. It's time to get real, Taurus. Okay. You got the Fool. Upright. So it's time for you to be carefree. And I was just saying that. Wow. I was just saying that. It's time for you not to care what other people have to say. It's time for you to get you together. Figure out what you want. What makes you happy. And go for it. Close out whatever cycles you need to close out so you can get your life. You can be happy. I love it. Death. Closing out a cycle so you can have something new. You gotta close it. You can't run from things. The Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant is a Taurus card. You. But you're in reverse. You're not standing in your power. You're not standing who you are. You're doing, it seems like to me, you're doing things based upon what other people want you to do versus just standing in who you are and what you want. And that person in your past possibly could have been what you wanted, but you was too afraid and hung up on what everybody else wanted for you, or everybody else wanted you to do, that you may have gave up and walked away from that person. Or that person could have did something bad and that's why you walked away. But it's like they're your what is it called? Immortal? I'm about to put that, that song by Evanescence. It's like you walked away, but they're still there. They're still lingering, and that's because the cycle is not closed, Taurus. It's coming up in the cards. It's coming up. It's coming up in the cards. Pain, anguish, leaving somebody out in the cold. Or is it you that's being left out in the cold? Or you feel like you're being left out in the cold, but you gotta understand you did that to yourself. You put yourself out in the cold. And if this is somebody that you put out in the cold, you need to check your reasons. Why did you put that person out in the cold? Did they really deserve it? And if they did really deserve it, did you... This is going to sound crazy. Did you put them out the correct way, or did you just act and didn't think? That's what I'm getting. You guys acted and didn't think. Excuse me. You didn't think this all the way through. You just acted. Just charged, get out my life. And now you're regretting some things. And even if you're not living in a thing of regret, you're more or less looking at it like, you feel like it had to be done, but the reality of it is, Taurus, you're not moving away from this situation. This situation ain't going anywhere, sweetheart. It's going nowhere. You're moving in circles. Until you close out that cycle, you're going to be moving in circles, sweetheart. So look inside your heart. The answers are there. The universe is saying that they're sending you messages. Subliminally, something. They're sending you messages. And only way you're going to be able to really get them is if you center yourself, block everybody out, be authentically you. Think before you act. Think first, feel later. How can I put this? Think first, then feel, then act. There you go. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I hope this resonates with you guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.